So when we hold a lot of guilt or when we're really hard on ourselves, often we can find that this split this part of ourself off from who we are. So we have different facets of the self. So if there's a part of you that, you're really embarrassed when, I don't know, maybe you've got a lazy part of you or something, or a part of you that likes to be in mess, we can often shut down that part of ourselves when we have been through something. And forgiveness allows that part of ourselves to kind of reintegrate with the whole again and be able to rejoin. Yeah, this is the kind of the aim of this meditation, is to reintegrate those parts of ourselves that maybe have been lost, that light, that love, and really bring that self-love into the space. So to kind of give it a bit more of a context and an example. So I went through an experience which wasn't so great with a person who really hurt me. And about 5 years on from that, I was still really reeling in those deep emotions, those dark emotions. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, maybe if I just forgive, it'll help me lessen this burden and it'll help me move forward. And I did that and nothing really seemed to shift. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Maybe that wasn't for me. Maybe I need to do something else. Maybe I need to do more therapy or whatever it is. And it wasn't until like 4 years later that I realized that I'd tried to forgive the other person, but I'd never forgiven myself for that situation. Often we don't realize how much blame we hold for ourselves. I was holding on to blame of, I let this person into my life. I let this person manipulate me. I was quite a trusting person who saw the best in people. And I shut down that part of myself. I said to her, no, you're not allowed to be here anymore. You're too trusting. You let people in too easily. And there was a lot of judgment there for myself. And I couldn't get my head around the fact that I'd tried to forgive them before I'd even forgiven me, because it just wasn't in my awareness. So by being able to forgive myself, that's when things started to shift and everything kind of changed from there. It was like, okay, I know that that girl was just doing the best she could with what she had at the time. And I forgive her for what she went through and who she let into her life. And I'm ready to reintegrate that part of trusting myself again, when before it was just all my walls up and that was it. And she was on the outer of that. So I guess that's the context we want to take with this forgiveness of self tonight. And I don't know if you guys want to just quickly set a little intention for yourself of what you're looking to get out of this. So I guess my intention would be to create a safe space to let go of any judgments I'm holding and be able to reintegrate that part of me, learn to trust again. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into it. With meditation, there's no right and wrong. Kind of go at your own pace. If you fall asleep, that's fine, all good. And obviously, we want to try and let all the thoughts of the mind quieten down, but I can appreciate this is often a lot harder than easier said than done. Feel free to, if a thought comes in, just acknowledge it and let it float on by. I like to imagine like leaves on a stream where they just keep floating on by. So yeah, find a comfortable position, put your phone on silent or off, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing all of that stress from your day to just dissipate and to just ease into nothing, into flow. Deep breath into your belly and out in a rhythm that suits you. And now we're going to count backwards from 10. And by the time we reach 0, you're going to be feeling completely relaxed and at peace. 10, just letting go of anything from your day, letting it roll off your shoulders. 9, 8. Feeling your breath slowly deepen. 7. Feeling more at ease. 6. 5. 4. 3. Completely relaxed. 2. And 1. Letting go of any remaining stresses. 0. Feeling completely at peace in your Zen state. And I want you to imagine a beautiful forest around you. You're surrounded by giant trees that are hundreds of years old. And there's a mossy path ahead of you. And you trek down the path, wondering what's ahead. The sun is shining. It's a perfect day. And you're grateful to be able to be here today. You follow the path and you listen to the sounds of the forest, the birds chirping, the leaves whistling, the wind flowing, and a babbling brook right beside you. And you're completely calm and happy. You keep walking down this path. When you come to a large boulder in front of you, and you step around the boulder, letting your hand slide along it as you go past, feeling the energy that it has to give you. And behind it, you suddenly find a cave. You know you're completely safe and that nothing ill toward could happen. So you decide to enter the cave. The cave is quite small, only big enough to fit one person, and that's you. And you admire how long it looks, even though it is quite a small opening. You wander into the cave. And there's enough light in this cave to be able to see exactly where you're going. There's some glowworms on the walls, and they're there to guide your way. You just take a moment to explore this cave, to see what it has to offer you. And suddenly, towards the end of the cave, you see a glimmer in the light. You decide to follow the glimmer to see where it might lead. And you get closer to the glimmer. You're about 3 steps away. And you realize it's a mirror. And you wonder what a mirror is doing here in the cave. And you step 1 step closer, and in the light of the glowworms, you can see your reflection. But in your reflection, it's not you as you know you are today. An older version of you staring back at you. And you look at that older version of you and wonder, what's she here today for? You take one step closer and put your hand up to the mirror, and she in the reflection does the same. And you ask yourself, what are we here today to let go of and to forgive? And that younger version of you will tell you. Take a moment to have a conversation with her to find out more about why she's here. And you have the sudden realization of what might need to be forgiven. And also that you are her higher self, staring back at her in the mirror. That she looks to you in awe of all that you've accomplished and how well you've done in your life. And you can choose, if you would like to forgive her now. And take a moment to do so. Spend some time with her now and find out more about what she thinks and how she feels and what's going on around her at the moment. And tell her that you're there for her and that it's going to be okay. She's going to make it. And you release her of any fear, any guilt, any shame that she's been holding on to all this time. The glowworms around you surge and a big bright light flashes. And all is forgiven. You put your hand back up to the mirror, and your hand falls through the mirror, and you fall through the mirror. And you find that this part of you has integrated back to the whole. She's allowed to be once more. And you know you're safe and protected, and all is well. You take a step back out of the mirror into the cave again, knowing that pain of the past no longer serves you. And once you step out of this cave, you would have let go of it. only holding on to what you need. And it's time to love yourself fully, all parts of you, even the parts that didn't seem so beautiful before. You see them differently now. You walk towards the edge of the cave and you notice a little altar. And you notice something sitting on top of the altar. You decide to go over there, check it out. As you move closer, you realize there's a gift waiting for you on the altar. Your old self has left it there for you. You take a moment to pick up the gift and look over it, see what it is. You thank yourself and Mother Earth for this beautiful gift that was bestowed to you. Always a reminder of the times when maybe you're being a little too hard on yourself and it's time to forgive. You ask that you see this little gift as a sign whenever you need that reminder. And you step out towards the mouth of the cave. The glowworms undulate as if in a wave goodbye. And you step forward out of the cave mouth into the sunshine. And you feel the beautiful warmth of the sunshine on your head and on your shoulders. And you realize you feel free. You feel peaceful. You feel like you've lightened the load and let something go. And you feel love for all parts of yourself. And know you can connect to this feeling at any time. It's always within you, it's always with you. And you feel so much gratitude for the earth, for the cave, for this experience. You breathe into the love, gratitude, and the lightness and flow with it. And I want you to send this back into the earth, this healing energy. And as you have healed, the earth will also heal. As one heals, all heal. We're all connected. We're all one. You put your hand on the grass and transmit this beautiful energy back and forth between you and the earth. You feel yourself ground into the earth, Feel her nurturing, loving embrace. Know that you are safe and protected always. And you stand back up and walk back towards the path, knowing that you are changed from this experience, but changed for the better. And all is well. All is well. And you sit back down in a comfy chair. Take a moment to sit in the energy. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to the present moment. Thanks, everyone.